Capricorn, and welcome to Tarot by Taja. I am using the Gilded Tarot deck, and I am using the Major Arcana only as an overview of the biggest influences that will affect you over the 2017. And the reason I'm using the Major Arcana is because it is such a long overview. It's the whole of a year. So this is just picking up the major influences, as I said. Please look for and wait for, and the monthly readings that I'm going to do, which are obviously in a shorter time frame. They're in the 12 slots of each month that make up the year, so that I can go into a more detailed reading, because I think that's the only right thing to do. That's how I feel about it. So do keep an eye out for those, and they'll be coming shortly. If you do want to book a personal reading to go into anything in more depth with me, you can contact me on my website, tarotbytaja.com, or you can email me and we can set up an arrangement at taja@tarot.com. And with that, I'll get on with your personal reading. The first card I have drawn for you is the Temperance card. It's a lovely card. It's a card of balance. And this is in the you position, or as you see yourself, or how others even see you. This is about you. This is all about you. And this is a case of that you are emotionally balanced, because this obviously works in your favour to be so. It's a card of positive energies where you can achieve greatness and amazing things once you have balanced that. It's a beautiful card. It's a card of moving forward with equilibrium and an overriding feeling of contentment. So that's something that you're either going to, where you're going to be at, or you're going to be working on as the year comes in. In the second position, we have the Magician. I'll just show you that Magician there. And the Magician is in your wish position. Now, with the Magician for you, and there he is, he's suspended in front of him is all the four symbols of the tarot. So that's everything there, and that's within his grasp. So you have those within you. It's just a case that you have to work on these and manifest them. So you do have to work on this. And this is whatever it is you want to achieve. You have the potentials, you do have the ability. It's all within you. You've just got to bring it out. Then in the third position, we have the Hierophant, and this is in your hopes and fears. And I think for you, Capricorn, very much so. This is a case of it's a card of institutions. Because it's in your hopes and fears, maybe you fear contracts and things like that. You know, the more traditional values, i.e. marriage, as opposed to living together, is an ideal analogy on that. I think possibly, I think if you go back to you, maybe it's a position of maybe getting a balance on these things, not to go to extremes. This is a card of moderation, where you're either at the moment, or what you need to be looking for, or what you will be looking for, because you have lots of things you want to achieve, and deep in the heart of you, I think, like most of us, you want that contented feeling and that stability in work and relationships and everything. And also in your ambitions on what you want to achieve during the year 2017. So I think because this has come up in your hopes and fears position, I think perhaps you need to maybe be in a place where you need to clear past issues, get them in check, get them in balance. You know, life isn't easy. We all, you know, here doing life. So maybe this is what your drawback is, that you feel the constraints of the traditional commitments of the traditional way that we have in our society, or most societies. In the fourth position, this is what's going in your favour, and this is the Moon card, and it is a beautiful card. It is a card that you can, it can be a card of illusion as well, so be careful with it, but it does favour you, and I think that it is a good card, and it's I think because of the cards that surround it, I think you do tend to look at things on a basis more like you're not that trusting, which can be a sensible thing to be, but I think things are going in your favour, so don't be held back by everything that you can't see at the moment. In your fifth position is the Judgment card, and it's the Karma card, and this is a card where I feel, with this reading particularly, with the cards, you know, the call for temperance, the wish to aspire to manifest things in your environment, the fear of contracts and traditional values, because maybe you've been, you know, once bitten twice shy about it. The Moon card, I think with this, look at the positive. I know it can be quite hard sometimes, but as this is the Karma card, I think look at all the positive things that you have done. Don't look at the negative. Don't get hung up on some guilt trip about not being perfect. None of us are, and it can be very hard for some people, particularly Capricorns that are so full and focused on what they do for their job and their living. They're very grounded in that, to the point of being workaholics. I think don't get hung up on the guilt. I don't think that anything you probably have done is really that bad, and just generally focus on all the amazing positive things, and probably by being a workaholic, that you've brought into the lives of your families and your friends, and with your generosity. I think do focus on those good things, because this really is the Karma card. I think that is your obstacle, is focusing on what you have done and not what you haven't done. Then the final card is the Outcome. You have the beautiful card. It's one of the best cards in the whole of the tarot deck. It is the Sun, and with this is the ability to bring about such a happy conclusion to all those wonderful things. But I think it's all this temperance, this stability, moderation, this balance that you will potentially find this year. What you want to manifest in your life, getting rid of your hang-ups, being aware that we can't all know everything. It's impossible. It's just a fact of life. Sometimes we have to trust. Get rid of your guilt complex. You've done amazing things. And with the Outcome, you're due for some wonderful, wonderful experiences. I hope that made sense, and maybe it won't make sense until the end of 2017. But remember, it is just an overview, and it is going out for many, many, many Capricorns. I'd just like to take this opportunity to wish you an absolutely fantastic 2017. Thank you. Bye-bye.